What's going on, guys? It is me, MeJoeShmoe, and I am going to talk today about my favorite show at the moment, Little Demon. Now, I've never really reviewed a show before, or like even a video game or anything like that online here on my channel. So I'm just going to kind of go over some details about the show, kind of like give you an idea of what it's about, and tell you things that I like about it, things that stuck out to me personally. Now, as of right now, the show is only 3 episodes in, so it would be a really good time to catch up. And also, apart from something that you would see already in the trailer, there's not really going to be any spoilers, and it's really not that type of show, at least not yet. It's not. So yeah, I'll do my best not to ruin the show for you by giving away anything that I might think might be perceived as a spoiler. It's not really that type of show. Even if I do say something, you're going to enjoy it anyway if it's your type of show. And I don't know, let's just get right into it. I guess I'll start with the cast of the show, like the voice actors. 2 of the most notable of the cast is Aubrey Plaza. You might know her from Parks and Recreations. She has been a longtime crush of mine. I freaking love Aubrey Plaza. I think she is the best. Also, a big name there would be Danny DeVito. Same thing goes for him. They play a divorced couple in the show. That would be Laura and Satan. I have the IMDb up right now. I'm sorry, I'm going to be looking at the whole video. I don't give a shit. But anyway, they both do really well as far as like what the characters are supposed to be like in the show. Aubrey Plaza, Laura, is like this badass girl with a history behind her that they haven't really gotten that far into yet. But she's just a total badass. She's a fucking queen. And, you know, Aubrey Plaza, come on. Danny DeVito plays a very interesting interpretation of Satan. And that's not just his name. We're talking about Satan, the Lord of Darkness here, you know? He's basically like a really lame dad, which is like an interesting dynamic. Like I've seen Satan portrayed many ways, like through South Park and like all these shows, but I've never seen him just be like a total like lame ass dad. Like stereotypical dad. And then you have Laura and Satan's daughter, Chrissy. She is the main protagonist of the show, and she's actually voiced by Danny DeVito's real life daughter, Lucy DeVito. So Chrissy, Satan's daughter, main protagonist of the show. She's also a really cool character. When we catch up with her in the show, first episode, she had just recently turned 13 years old. So the show is going to have some coming of age aspects to it, like your stereotypical coming of age stuff, but with its own twist, because I've never seen a show like this before. This first episode starts off kind of slow, and then it picks up really, really fast. I don't want to go into too many details because I want you to experience it the same way I did. And let me tell you, there is a scene in this first episode where it's like, oh, they're not holding back. No holding back. They are not scared to show blood, guts, gore of any variety. The show does not give a shit about your feelings, and it's going to do whatever the fuck it wants. So again, not going into too much detail because I wouldn't want to ruin it for you guys, but show picks up really quick. Some crazy shit happens, and the kids don't give a shit about the crazy shit that just happened. And then the mom comes and picks Chrissy up, yada, yada, yada. Some other stuff happens. Don't want to ruin it. You get a little bit of a backstory to what's going on. You get a bit of an explanation. And then we meet Satan. And we meet Satan because Satan has now found Chrissy because of some other bullshit that happened in the episode. And Chrissy is confronted with demons that her father sends to Earth to kidnap her. And Chrissy, 13-year-old girl, seeing these horrifying demons that do not hold back with blood, gore, and just like holes in their body. She's like, yeah, I'll go with you if you can drive me to this party later, because she's a 13-year-old girl. 13-year-old girl cliche. So then we get to see the extent of like how much of a badass Laura is. She is like this extremely muscular woman with tattoos all over her body, and she is just extremely competent, resourceful, very knowledgeable, and she is gonna go fight Satan for her daughter. And that's just awesome to watch. The fight scenes in the show are super duper cool. They're both comedic and just badass. Like so the tattoos on Laura's body, like I guess they're like magic or some shit, because they're not just like punching or brawling, and it's not just some cartoony bullshit fight. Like they are fucking brawling, and like obviously she's fighting Satan. Laura is fighting Satan, and she's just a human. So to be able to like keep up, she has to use all these tricks and all of these like moves and like this knowledge to be able to keep up and be able to fight these demons. And it's all very well thought through and choreographed in the fighting scenes. Like something that I thought was really cool is like when they're fighting, there's a scene where like she like gets kicked back and she spits on a tattoo, and it activates the spell on the tattoo, and then she's able to use that spell to fight Satan. And it's just really cool. Just a bunch of stuff I've never seen before, and I really like it. So while that fighting scene's going on, Chrissy had taken off with her dad's demons and shows up to this party on a carriage from hell, just demons, and nobody gives a shit. This whole show, nobody gives a shit at this high school with all this stuff going on. And like, they don't do the whole like Chrissy's trying to keep it a secret thing. She is very open that she is the spawn of Satan and she has satanic powers, and just nobody really cares. She's not popular because of it. She's not an outcast because of it. She just is. She's just Chrissy. It doesn't affect her dynamic with any of the students at her high school. And people will get like killed in this show, and Chrissy will be like using her fucking Satan powers to do shit, and nobody gives a fuck. It's like always so anticlimactic, which I think is really like refreshing. Like, for a while, obviously the cliche would be like, oh, I have to keep it a secret. And then I think there was like a bit of like a pushback to that, where like something cool would happen to the main character and they would actually like, people would know about it, but you'd think it would make them cool, and it actually makes them like an outcast. Like, there was a bit of a reverse on that for a while. And this show, everything is just neutral. Like, nothing that happens is a big deal to anybody ever, unless it has to be, right, for the plot of the show. But even then, it just seems extremely underwhelming, which, like, words like anticlimactic and underwhelming may make you think that like this show's boring, and maybe I'm representing it the wrong way. But I like the way they do it. I think it's very refreshing. And again, like, it's just a very unique show because of these qualities. And that's why I like it. I'm making a whole video about it. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but there's something about a middle-aged, normal housewife being sucked into a portal from hell after watching a satanic ritual being performed to open said portal to hell, to which then they meet their first demon that they just want to have coffee with because they feel bad for it. I don't know, something about that's just funny to me. So I guess I'm gonna have to like do the title like where I do minor spoilers, because I'm giving you some plot points here, but I mean, I'm leaving out all the juicy stuff. I'm just going over some things that'll help me make examples of why I feel certain ways about the show, if that makes any sense. A really funny recurring theme, like mechanic of this show, is that Satan can't go to Earth without like possessing a corpse. So whenever he comes to Earth, they always have him possess something else. Examples of this so far have been like a chicken. I guess I'll just do the chicken, because the chicken rolls up and he's here. There's this shit happens in the first episode, and Satan and Laura team up, and Satan is a chicken with his head like half cut off, and it's funny because his head keeps falling off. But he's like not held back that much because of being in possession of a chicken. So you get this chicken with satanic powers, and it's cool. It's cool and funny. And they go back and forth with that. Like, 1 second it's like super gruesome and there's like blood everywhere and there's people brawling, and then the next second Satan and Laura are competing to see who can kill more people, and they decide, I forget which one it was, but one of them decides they're just going to shoot everybody's dick off because they think it's funny. And it's just, I don't know, it's really nice. They go back and forth. There's a good balance of like badass shit and comedic shit, and yeah, it's cool. It's a cool show. You should check it out. So I guess I'll try to do a quick summary here and just throw in a few more extra things that weren't really a big deal. But yeah, it's a funny show. It's a badass show. A lot of good fighting scenes, like little details I talked about earlier that are all thought through, and the choreography of it all. It's a good show. I like it a lot. I saw some mixed reviews on the animation. I don't know if the way the show looked threw anybody off. I know sometimes personally, like if I'll see like a weird art style being used, I'll be less likely to like watch the show. But if that's what's been throwing you off, you should definitely check it out anyway. And I guess that's it. If you liked me reviewing this show, or whatever you want to call this, leave a comment or like the video. Let me know what's up. Drop a comment. Let me know if you want me to check out another show and give my 2 cents on it. I'll totally do that for you. Yeah, thanks for watching this video, apart from anything else you could be doing right now. I really appreciate it. Make sure you show all your friends and family so we can grow Schmoe Army. We're almost at 250 subscribers. That's pretty cool, right? So yeah, that's it. That's it for me. You should go check out Little Demon. I think it's a good show. I think you'll like it. See ya.